How are you feeling now? Better?
More or less.
Is it more or less? Yeah, both.
Alternative.
I found I also had a bout, in the beginning, for a long time. And I found that this, in fact, he reminded me that we take the vitamin C tablet once a day. As a preventive, you can take for 1 month in this weather condition.
My throat has always been a deep sort of thing. Maybe because I accept the fact that every 3 months I will have it.
Oh. So, the reason I'm saying this irritation happens in the throat. And do you do anything?
No, है तो homeopathic है जो उसको संभाल देती है. पर the fact that it is very prone to infection, वो थोड़ा है. वो विटामिन सी वगैरह मैं लेता रहता हूँ. इस बार तो मुझे 2-3 दिन पहले ही एक इंट्यूशन का हो गया कि और मैंने शुरू कर दी गोली. नॉट दैट इट हेल्प्स टू प्रिवेंट, बट वो 5 दिन की जगह वो 3 दिन ले लेता हूँ.
Do this. So all of them? No, one. Just keep in your throat, don't swallow it. This is talking about it. Today we have only 3 verses, because the next 4 were all with one incident. सबको इकट्ठा ही पढ़ना चाहिए तभी. These 3 are with 3 incidents and those 4 are with 1. So,
सब्भा विधि शब्द विदु मस्सवी सब्बेषु धम्मेषु अनुपलितो सब्बन्यजहो तन्नखे विमुक्तो चन्यम अभिन्नाय कमुच्छिसेयम
Sabba plus Abhidu means is all conquering. Sabba Vidum मतलब जानने वाला. असली मतलब मैं हूँ. I have conquered everything. I know everything. Sabbesu Dhammesu Anupalito. And there is nothing, no mental factor which stains me. Palito means stain करता हूँ. ऐसा कुछ नहीं. Sabbanya jaho तनहा है विमुक्तो. सबन्य जाओ का अर्थ known everything Tanha Khayo, given up Tanha and become free. Sayam Abhinyaya Kamudisayam. स्वयं ही मेरी अभिज्ञा जागी है. I have learnt it myself. कमु उद्देश्यम, किसको मैं अपना टीचर बताऊं? So this is about that story just after enlightenment. Buddha was going on in arms around. A ascetic met him and he asked him, he was impressed. He asked him, who is your teacher? So then he responded in these words. So वो समझ नहीं आया क्या कहते हैं, went away. ये तो काफी फेमस है हमारे गजब, इसको सुनाते हैं कैसे तो सुनेंगे.
सबदानो धम्मा जिनाति सब्बा रसा धम्मा रासुल जिनाति सब्बा रासिन धम्मा राति जिनाति तन्ना खायो सब्बा दुखम जिनाति.
सबदानम, सब दानों से धम्म दानम जनाती, बड़ा है धर्म का दान सबसे बड़ा है. सब रसम धम्म रसो जनाती, ऑल टेस्ट, टेस्ट ऑफ धम्मा इज द बिगेस्ट, लार्जेस्ट, सरपासेस देम ऑल. जन्नाती और जो कॉन्कर होता है तो सरपासेस देम ऑल. सब रतिन धम्म रति जनाती, ऑल जॉयज, द जॉय ऑफ धम्मा सरपासेस ऑल ऑफ दैट. तन्हा खयो सब दुखम जनाति, the ending of Krishna conquers all the dukhas beyond all. The story is about these devas arguing about what is the best thing, which is the best gift, which is the best taste, and so on. So they couldn't agree to an answer, and so the king of gods went to Buddha and asked him these questions. And then he requested that whenever they want, the devas be allowed to give the gift of Dhamma when they learn it. So then Buddha agreed and became accustomed to invite gods to partake of the merits whenever a good deed is done.
So you both Buddhist traditions and devas जो है वो
different connotation.
connotation different है, but both में एक ही रहता है कि दोनों they are not people who understand Dhamma generally. वो
they are people, मतलब हिंदुइज्म में अलग कनोटेशन है और बुद्धिज्म में अलग कनोटेशन है. बुद्धिज्म में तो कनोटेशन है people who do meritorious deeds, they are born away, so they may or may not understand Dhamma in its entirety. और उसमें कनोटेशन ही है they are again beings who are there, but they are seen to be immortal. They are seen to be some kind of
बट सर वहाँ पे भी मैंने देखा कि जैसे कि स्टोरीज पढ़ते हैं,
स्टोरी में आपने कभी इंद्र को मरते नहीं देखा होगा,
बट इंद्र को हमेशा बुरा काम करते ही देखा है.
हाँ, because of his being the king, उसको kingdom जाएगी सबसे बड़ा दुख लगाया,
उसकी ईगो जाग गई.
So that creates a big very strange feeling. I don't know if somebody thinks.
So example my daughter was asking, उसको हमने एनिमेशन मूवी दिखाई प्रहलाद, और उसमें फॉर ऑल रीजंस जो देवास थे उन्होंने अटैक किया हिरण्यकश्यप से और उसकी सारी किंगडम को हरा दिया. So in most of it it was seen as कि हिरण्यकश्यप और उनके बीच में झगड़ा हो रहा है and both of them are, कोई भी कम नहीं है वो करने में. कि ये क्या हो रहा है, देवास was supposed to be good, वहाँ पे थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है.
खासतौर पर इंद्र को लेके तो बहुत ही इन केस ऑफ अहिल्या की जो स्टोरी है, वेरी वेरी प्रिकॉस्टरस. क्या कर सकते हैं, क्या स्टोरी बनाएंगे।
और इस फिलहाल स्टोरी में भी जब वो हिरण्यकश्यप पूजा करने गया होता है, हत्या करने गया होता है,
To prevent him.
तो ये लोग चले जाते हैं, अटैक करते हैं और उसकी हिरण्यकश्यप की वाइफ पे किडनैप कर लेता है इन। तो फिर इसमें राक्षस बताते हैं कि इसका तो एक बेटा है, तो विष्णु का भक्त होगा, उसको छोड़ दो। तो वो क्या है, वेरी गुड है, तो
बड़ा मुश्किल है। But I don't know how these. There must have been some latent meaning which people have lost. I don't know. It sounds very strange.
यहाँ पर भी जब मैंने देखा कि जो देवता are talking of all the material things,
Because in this यहाँ पे तो clear है ना, because they think of them only as people who have done some meritorious deeds. They are not liberated, so they are still having sankhara. So according to Buddha, even Devaloka, even Brahma has sankhara, which can pull him down. Like शायद हमने पढ़ा नहीं कि पढ़ा था ना, पिछले में था ना शायद, Deva was born as a pig.
right.
He was born as a pig.
कुछ उसका रह गया था।
हाँ, तो पिग को देख के बुद्धा स्माइल एंड उन्होंने पूछा मॉक्स में क्या है, उन्होंने कहा ये जो था ना कुछ योन्स पहले ब्रह्मलोक में था, नाउ यू कम हियर। सो there has been made some kind of a consistent perspective बनाया गया है, इसमें नहीं है confusion।
So that's how I thought either you or somebody had mentioned that even in the Vedantic or whatever in the traditional Indian traditions में भी देवों को mortal माना गया है वगैरह वगैरह। And Rajesh, all this funny things that these guys keep doing, isn't it evidence कि वास्तव में वो यही है, उटपटांग हरकतें कर रहे हैं, they'll fall below the नहीं?
But लोग तो यही समझते हैं देवताओं की पूजा करनी चाहिए, but in surprising thing is that even Buddha recommends that देवता should be, क्या word use करते हैं, जो बलि मतलब you should give offerings to them because they are powerful people. So there is a chant है ना, वो Buddha is chanting to the devas that these human beings are offering you, so you should protect them. Buddha is telling them, see, these people are making offerings to you, so you better protect them. So there is some such verse also. So I don't know. Probably it is seen that they are powerful people because of various reasons. They have psychic powers and things of that kind, so they can help human beings in some ways. Or it is all a story. We don't know.
But अमर ना, उन्होंने किया हुआ है. They are not people who they will be reborn as.
Is it that ऐसा?
अमृत पर स्टोरी है.
उन्होंने सबने अमृत किया हुआ है। अब मतलब हो सकता है किसी और ट्रेडिशन में पुरानी बात में कहीं लिखा हो कि नहीं, ऐसा नहीं है।
प्लस हमारे यहाँ रेवरेंस काफी है देवताओं का, जबकि वो ये सब हरकतें करते हैं।
बट वो उन सब के इंद्र का कोई नहीं है।
इंद्र का कोई नहीं, इंद्र का नहीं है भाई।
बाकी देवताओं का भी नहीं है, सिर्फ 2-3 देवता का ही है।
हाँ, बट जैसे जब ग्रहों की पूजा होती है, ऑल देवता 9 ग्रहों की पूजा होती है,
टू प्रोपिशिएट देम, मतलब वो गलत काम ही करते हैं, तो उससे ये गलत काम मत करो हमने। बट इट्स ऑल आई थिंक 9 ग्रह वगैरह तो वही है, इट्स ऑल।
बट आई एम जस्ट सेइंग कि जो जिस तरह से देवताओं को देखा जाता है, वो रेफरेंस तो है ही, स्टोरीज में कितने काम करें।
I think it's a question you should put to our Babaji.
Disjoint.
जैसा एक बार आप नहीं थे ना, तो we had a session with Akhilesh.
He started calling him Babaji.
Babaji, Karen, getting married.
So he actually had a very good joke whether he is Baba Akhilesh or Akhilesh Baba. Baba Akhilesh का रहा नहीं हुआ, getting married so.
अच्छा वो नहीं हो सकता।
अब बाबा
नहीं ना, बड़े बाबे मैरिड है यार, ऐसी याद
नहीं, बाबा अखिलेश से तो वो बाबा राहुल ही याद आता है।
नहीं, बाबा बोल सकता है, but maybe there is some in some of the scriptures this notion may be there. I don't know. मैंने जो पढ़े हैं उनमें मुझे कहीं ऐसा लगा नहीं कि वो मॉर्टल्स हैं।
No, but as you understand it, there is almost a diametrically opposite conception of Devas and Devlok between Buddhist Theravada and this thing.
And the usual understanding of it. That's why I'm saying there may be some higher understanding, but I have not come across that. मुझे याद भी नहीं है कि मैंने कहीं ऐसा देखा हो कि देवता लोग मरते हैं, ऐसा नहीं सुना नहीं. But maybe in some Upanishad something of that kind is made, statement is made. In Buddhist legends also there are many funny things. The things about Rahu, Ketu, all those stories are there, as part of Buddhist legend also. They all come to Buddha to seek protection. There is a sutta in which Vishnu is coming and Shiva is coming and praying to Buddha and offering respects to Buddha. There is a Samaya Sutta hai. I think Kapilvastu के वनों में है शायद. भगवान बुद्ध बैठे हैं, 500 अरहंत हैं. So all the devas see such an occasion happens once in an eon. इतने सारे लोग इकट्ठे किसी वन में बैठे हैं. They all come and then remind Buddha that this is the right occasion when we should worship you and pay respects, and then all devas come and उसमें नाम आते हैं सबके. विष्णु आते हैं, शिवा आते हैं. So I don't know whether it is a method of appropriating those stories in Buddhism or not. I don't know. क्योंकि कई लोग scholars कहते हैं कि बाद में काफी additions हुए हैं, but we don't know. It's very difficult to figure out all that. While we generally believe that all the discourses there are authentic, spoken by the Buddha, scholars generally have their doubts. So we don't know.
Interesting. You are saying that Theravada tradition में ये सारे जो traditional हिंदू देवता हैं, भगवान उनका है.
उनका नाम है. एक मुझे याद है, मैं I can fish it out for you. There is a Devata Samyutta in Samyutta Nikaya. प्लस एक सेक्शन है उसमें देवताओं की बातें हैं. और I remember to have read that कि जो स्टोरी है ना राहु और केतु और क्या हो उसको चंद्रमा को खा जाएंगे, कुछ ऐसी है स्टोरी इसमें हिंदुइज्म में. उन्होंने जब वो अमृत बट रहा था तो राहु केतु जो है देवताओं की लाइन में आ गए और बाय डिसीट दे टेस्टेड अमृता एंड देन विष्णु स्लिट देयर हेड एंड लेकिन वो मरे नहीं, तो सिर उनका अलग हो गया, धड़ अलग हो गया. तो उनको पता चला कि चंद्रदेव ने हमारी शिकायत की थी, तो उस चंद्रदेव के पीछे पड़े हुए हैं. So that story is there. That is the story in so उसको बीच बीच में खा जाते हैं, ग्रहण लग जाता है. So that same story is there. But ग्रहण की बात नहीं है, ये है कि राहु और केतु आ रहे हैं और चंद्रमा दौड़ के आ रहे हैं भगवान बुद्ध के पास में, तो प्रोटेक्शन दे दो. So then Rahu and Ketu come कि हम उनको कहते हैं कि हमको इनको मारना है, तो कहते हैं say I have given him protection so he better not come. And they realize कि if we try to harm a person whom Buddha has given protection, then we will be in trouble. So ऐसा कुछ है. I remember vividly because it struck me कि ये सब क्या हो रहा है, इसलिए मुझे याद है. तो कुछ पता नहीं चलता है.
But that's not जो बुद्ध का अवतार वाला conception है. I mean, since you say these things now that
अवतार वाला conception तो हिंदुओं ने बनाया ना, to apportion it. This is made by the Hindus to apportion Buddha and put him as a part of Hinduism. उसको तो
okay, so that's very recent.
हाँ, that's a phenomena of I think Shankaracharya or Adi Shankaracharya or something. Post Adi Shankaracharya. तो एक जयदेव ने पोएम लिखी थी, उसमें डिस्क्रिप्शन आता है देवताओं, जो विष्णु जी के अवतारों का आता है ना, चर्चा है. एक पोएम काफी फेमस याद नहीं, जयदेव ने लिखी थी किसने, वो डिस्क्रिप्शन ऑफ ऑल दी अवतार्स, वराह अवतार, राम अवतार, कृष्ण अवतार, एंड देन उनको बुद्ध के रूप में अवतार. पुराणों में तो बहुत गड़बड़ है, so you can't figure out. There's a lot of indirect reviling of Buddha and Buddhism. I don't know, आपने फेसबुक में पोस्ट पढ़ी हो किसी ने, जो अभी मैंने दिखा था ना कार्तिक पूर्णिमा पे, so one person has mentioned कि वो नरकासुर का concept ये था वो था, not bothered about it. वो दैट्स काइंड ऑफ थिंग पुराणों में हुई है. मेरे को एक बार गुरुजी ने बताया था कि कई पुराणों में भगवान बुद्ध के बारे में काफी बुरा लिखा गया है. So they are obviously post-Buddhist.
So that's the thing. Yeah, I was about to ask you that. ये तो पुराण उड़ान तो
वही तो चक्कर है ना, कहा जाता है. इवन वाल्मीकि रामायण इज पोस्ट-Buddhist. I have myself read that. जब मैं पढ़ रहा था बहुत, मतलब बिफोर आई वेंट टू पश्चिना, जब मैं पढ़ता था सारी मैंने पढ़ी थी, ऑल थिंग्स आई हैव रेड. तो वाल्मीकि रामायण में जब आया नास्तिकों का वर्चन लाइक, और उसमें था कि जैसे बौद्ध, ये क्या हुआ भाई? How can there be a reference to Buddha in a Valmiki Ramayana which is supposed to be the first compilation of first verse in the world? ये क्या हुआ? So that breaks everything. So it was a great shock for me कि इसमें ये लिखा हुआ है कि नास्तिकों को काफी, as usual criticized very heavily, and Gnostic like both. The example is given of both. That is a verse. So it all jumbles up everything. So it's better not to get into it.
yeah.
So we only see whatever appeals to us and leave the rest for scholars to worry about. So you are doing it or third one?
हन्नति भोगा दुम्मेधम नोच पारगवेंसिनो भोग तन्हया दुम्मेधो हंति अन्यवा अत्तानम.
अनंती है, अनंती मतलब मारता है. भोगा मतलब जो भोग है, जैसे यहाँ पे वेल्थ है. दुम्मेधम, दुम्मेध मतलब जिसकी मेधा नहीं है, जो स्टूपिड है. नचो पार गवेश, जो पार जाना चाहते हैं, मतलब संसार से पार करना चाहते हैं, बियॉन्ड दिस वर्ल्ड, उनको नहीं मारता भोग, उनको वेल्थ नहीं मारता है. भोग तन्हाय दुम्मेधो, जो दुर्मेध है, जो मूर्ख है, वो भोगों की तृष्णा बनाए रखता है. अंति अन्येव अत्तानम, वो दूसरों को भी मारता है, खुद भी मारता है. So the wealth or possessions destroy the stupid, but not those who are in search of beyond. With this thirst for the possessions, the fool destroys others as well as himself. So there is the story of a rich man of Savatthi. He died and didn't leave any heirs, so all wealth was taken by state. तो कौशला के जो राजा थे वो आए भगवान बुद्ध को कि ये सेठ जो था इतना पैसे वाला था भाई, भूखा पैसा मरता रहता था. He was so stingy and never gave anything to anybody. वो सारा पैसा ले गया उसका. So they told him about past story. In the past also he was a very rich man. He offered alms for 2 monks and then regretted it. And that ensured that he keeps on getting wealth but is not able to use it. So that is the story. So he suffered long time and didn't accumulate merits. So that is it. But if you do a good deed and then regret having done it, then you lose the value of that deed. I mean, it's not lost really, but you're not able to get the fruit of it.
दरअसल एक चीज बताइए, जो अभी अपन ये सब चर्चा कर रहे थे, And you said something that really struck me, which is that ये तो चलता रहेगा and that's. And I wonder, and I noticed this about my own, the tendency of the mind. It does tend to get very intrigued and interested in these questions. And I don't know, you guys might have noticed, ये जब आती है तो I always have a lot of questions and the curiosity. So I wonder if you have any advice on this tendency and any lens through which to see it. Because apparently it is coming from the urge to walk on the path. But can it also be a red herring? Can it also be a distraction?
See, to some extent, as long as the tendency, sometimes the doubt begins to arise. ये सब सत्य है कि झूठ तो नहीं है टीचिंग्स के बारे में. So the best way is we are following teachings and benefiting from it. तो ये सत्य है, भगवान बुद्ध ने कहा कि नहीं कहा, सारे पुत्र ने कहा, उसने कह दिया, so what? How does it matter? By walking on the path, it is helping me. अगर तुमने भी कहा तो thank you. How does it matter? Isn't it? So that gives the confidence. बाकी सब बातें तो people have various propensities होती है ना, किसी की लाइफ, किसी की डिस्कशन की प्रोपेंसिटी होती है, किसी की समाधि, वो जो 5 सिद्धिपात कहे जाते हैं, 5 सिद्धिपात क्या कहा जाए, strengths or orientations of the mind. Somebody has the orientation of Mimamsa, he wants to understand fully, he will follow. He won't follow just like that. Somebody has Shraddha, बहुत श्रद्धा, अच्छा भगवान बुद्ध ने कहा, चलो ठीक ही कहा होगा, and he starts on the path. So it depends on different people. Somebody has चित्त विपात, चित्त मतलब उसकी tendency है माइंड को कंसंट्रेट करने की, so he walks on path of samadhi and then continues on that path and lives. So different people have different past conditioning, and based on that they need not get overwhelmed by them. Just see it as a conditioning, and if that drives you to some inquiry, and see whether inquiry is going to help me to remove my doubts, go ahead. That's how I look at it. If the inquiry is helping to remove certain doubts, for example, this inquiry, about मैंने एक पोस्ट भेजी थी, किसने भेजी थी, उसको बहुत डिस्कशन हुआ फेसबुक पे about violence and non-violence. I don't know whether you saw it.
Right.
There's one foreigner in Aurobindo ashram or something. He had a different opinion and we had long chats on this. It became a classroom like in history. So he used to say something and the basic question was, what does it take of Buddha on non-violence? Was it absolutist or relative? And now this is such a question, And second, about eating meat. Now I personally know, violence का मैंने पहले ज़्यादा नहीं सोचा था, वो तो बाद में सोचा. Taking meat was a article of faith with me. So जब मैंने ये पढ़ा कि भगवान बुद्ध के भिक्षुओं को मीट खाना अलाउड था, so I used to be sent aghast, ठीक है हुआ यार. And I remember many of our fellow teachers in Vipassana tradition, they just couldn't figure out वो क्या रहा है. To the extent they doubt about कि सब बकवास तो नहीं है, was Buddha really enlightened or it is all a, how can it be? To say that an enlightened being is taking meat is incomprehensible. No, you can't wriggle out of that somehow. You can't say कि नहीं वो जब वो मरे थे तो उन्होंने मीट नहीं खाया, उन्होंने कुकर मुर्ते खाए, चलो ठीक है वो बात मान ली. But the fact remains that there is a discourse. जैसे स्कीज्म ऑफ देवदत्ता जो था उसमें उसने कहा था कि आप वेजिटेरियन बनो, and he says no. So what is all this? So you need to, अब वो इस तरह से डाउट हो जाता ना, it means a lurking suspicion in you. Why is this? So I investigated quite a lot on that. reflected, meditated, studied. And then when I realized that in life you can be faced with choices of the kind where you have to take a decision in the overall good of the people. So if you read he devised a way so that people are motivated towards vegetarianism, but they are not denied the merits of offering to the bhikkhus. And there are contradictory requirements. One requirement is they not be choosy, they should eat whatever it is given. Second is that they should not refuse food from somebody because it's a method for householders to earn merits. Third is that we should not kill animals unnecessarily. No, they are contradictory requirements, so they have to be balanced. So when you study the whole thing, you find he advised lay people, and when you see the whole totality, when you see there is a injunction regarding samma ajivo. So this is not allowed. So that is in a way blanket ban that if you want to follow the path, this should not be done. But he never took extremist positions. He always, so he was not saying that you should not do non-violence, you should be non-violent under all possible conditions. Because then he should have advised the king. There is वहाँ एक सुत्ता था ना जिसमें कोई आता है वो पूछते हैं something I remember, you can see that. But this question had reflected so much time I spent in trying to understand क्यों हो रहा है. Then I could be at peace. This is the reason. And then we can understand that it's not a question of absolutism. There's nothing which he is saying is absolute. Even truth, you see. He says, Musa vada vermani. झूठ नहीं बोलना है. But सत्य हमेशा बोलना है वो भी नहीं कहा. He said truth should be spoken only when it is beneficial. So you can see, even there is not an absolutist position. He understands under certain circumstances, speaking truth may not be beneficial to anybody. So why talk about it? Now that needs my respect for increased multifold. It needs a great wisdom to be able to see that. Otherwise इसमें कहने में क्या जाता है? अरे सब सच बोलो भाई, झूठ बिल्कुल नहीं बोलना है, बिल्कुल प्राणी की हत्या नहीं करनी चाहिए, किसी हालत में नहीं करनी चाहिए. It's such a simple thing for an enlightened being to say. वो तो करेगा नहीं. Let others, it'll upset the whole social order. When certain soldiers started coming to Sangha and gave up, so the king Ajatashatru came to him. ये सब क्या हो रहा है भाई? सारे मेरे सिपाही बॉर्डर पे बैठे हो, तुमको तुम भिक्षु बना दोगे तो मेरे तो सब I will be overpowered by others. Then he made a rule. No soldier will be taken to Sangha. You continue to walk on the path of Dhamma as a household. No, this may seem empty. Ajatashatru, Prasenjit, all the kings, big kings, Magad Emperor, Bimbisar, they were all his disciples. He never told them to stop wars. There is a discourse in which Prasenjit is coming and he says, "Kahan se aa rahe ho?" He is tired. This is Prasenjit, so friendly relationship. He was of the same age and all that. So he used to also teach him as a friend. तो वो बोलता है कि हाँ, आपको तो पता ही है राजाओं को कैसे काम करने पड़ते हैं. Executed some people and come. Then he doesn't say execute. He says, the kind of jobs which anointed kings had to do, execute people, fight and war, and this kind of thing is going on. So then what is it called?
एज क्लेम हो रहा
हाँ, उसी में वही मुझे याद आ रहा है. उसमें वही वो पब्बत उपमा सुक्ता में आता है कि he tells him that suppose one of your people on the border comes and tells you that a big mountain is coming and crushing everybody on the way, तो क्या करोगे फिर उस समय? ईस्ट से आ रहा है, वेस्ट से आ रहा है, साउथ से आता है, नॉर्थ, चारों तरफ गिर, अब क्या करोगे? अब तो क्या करूंगा, तो धर्म की बात ही करूंगा, तो खत्म मरना ही है. So he says, I announce to you, king, old age is coming upon you from all the directions, and nobody can escape it. It will crush you eventually. So better do Dhamma. So he gives him advice, the most appropriate advice, without saying to him to stop all the killing. He could have easily told him. There's that, वो मुझे अब याद आया, which was the sutta. It's a very controversial sutta, उसमें अजातशत्रु जो है अपने ब्राह्मण को भेजता है भगवान के पास, ये जो लिच्छवी है ना, मैं उन पे अटैक करना चाहता हूँ, एंड आई वांट टू कॉन्कर देम, तो आप जाकर उनको बता दो कि अजातशत्रु ने ऐसा कहा. Now when he goes and Brahman tells him, and he pays respects to you, this, that, all that, and he's informing him of this. When Brahman should go, he expected कि how will Buddha respond? Ajatshatra का यही idea था, because initially he was against Buddha, बाद में disciple बना. So he wanted to know, then he had great reverence for him. So then he wanted to know, ये कहेंगे क्या मुझे? So Buddha didn't say anything. He told them, as long as these lichvis are united and all, they give a discourse, जब तक lichvis united रहेंगे, उनके बड़ों का आदर करते रहेंगे, सब all the things which are associated with the Dhamma, as long as they are united, give respect to the elders, protect the women, and are given to Dhamma, they will always be, they can never be defeated. He says that, and then the Brahman goes. And now he tells it to Ajatshatra, कहता ठीक है, तो उनकी यूनिटी तोड़ दो, तो उनकी यूनिटी तोड़ दो. एंड दिस एक्जैक्टली ही डिड. ही क्रिएटेड डिसेंट इन देम. उसने अपने लोग भेज दिए, वहां पे झगड़ा करवा दिया आपस में, उनकी आपस की यूनिटी टूट गई. एंड देन ही अटैक्ड देम एंड ओवरपावर्ड देम. नो, दिस इज अ फैक्चुअल अकाउंट. नो, व्हाट डू यू मेक आउट ऑफ इट?
Words of it, Buddha ने झगड़ा करवा दिया.
He was a strategist. This is what he would say.
Yeah.
So I said, भाई things are not so straightforward as we are. वो सीन जो था, सीन कैर जो फॉरेनर है, उसको बहुत वो चुप गया, नहीं ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है. He didn't mention this discourse. He mentioned earlier. You see, Sutta में there are series of discourses. There is the first discourse is advice to Vajjis, those lichvis. Lichvis आते हैं उनके पास. That's a republic. It's a republic, and they come and tell him कि हम लोग पे बार-बार अटैक कर रहा है अजातशत्रु. How should we protect? So then he tells them same this thing. आपस में वो harmony बनाए रखो, protect yourself and keep respecting the elders. All those things he tells them. This is the way you protect the kingdom. तो सीन करने का देखो, भगवान ने ये कहा था, उनको कैसे प्रोटेक्ट करना है. मैंने कहा अगला सूत्र भी पढ़ लो, तो पढ़ा नहीं है वो. Then created a.
He was actually shocked, he or she, with the call.
I don't know. He was shocked. ये क्या हो गया है? Then he tried to wriggle out of it somehow. कि नहीं उनका मतलब ये नहीं था, ये नहीं था. I left it at that. I don't have to get into argument with him. But I could see that he didn't have. There's no explanation for it. The only explanation is he never advised anybody to follow this path. In terms of this day-to-day living, ये वाली जो occupation adopt करो, ये वाली adopt. He never said it. He said, this is samma ajiva. It is up to you. तुम्हें follow करो या नहीं करो. He never gave a prescription to anybody. He told, तुम्हारा सवाल ये इसका जवाब. ये मंगल के कारण है, तुम्हें follow करना है, मत करो, करना है तो नहीं करो. I am not. He never gave a commandment. In Bhikkhu Sangha, he made regulations. If you break it, you're out. That's it. So he was only, the whole question arose because of the comment made by some person earlier regarding how do we handle terrorists in the Buddhist thought process.
There's a guy who strong है, he's a Jew who was friendless to me, है ना?
लंदन में आई थिंक गया रहता.
क्या बात है?
तो आप सर आपके पास काफी स्ट्रॉन्ग आर्गुमेंट्स होते हैं.
दिनेश गोयल, हाँ, he's a हमारा स्कूल है, right? He's a 86 he's the owner of Fiji, right?
अच्छा.
Ah, he's the person who started Fiji. He's a multi-millionaire.
But sir, whatever.
He has very strong views on Muslims and
Very strong.
because he has faced a situation of that kind. He is very strongly on that issue. So he had raised that issue. कि टेररिस्ट हो रहे हैं तो क्या we should अब बैठे रहे कि वो आए और मार दे हमको. They said no, protection is fully allowed. He knows me and fully. So it's fully, there's nothing wrong in if you have to, if a terrorist is coming to kill people, it's all right. And then I gave the instance of the Buddha. When as a bodhisattva, there's a story in Jataka that he killed the pirate who had come to kill the.
आपने बताया.
उसमें उनके वो जो शिप का क्या होता है कैप्टन, शिप के कैप्टन था. He was carrying monks within the ship and pirate came and he said तो सबको मार देगा. तो when he thought कि वो इनको मारेगा तो उसको तो घोर वो हो जाएगा. He said it's better that I kill him and I face the consequences of it rather than letting him. Now there's a action with a different intention altogether. But he did it because the situation demanded. Now वो उनको सीन करके बहुत बुरा था. ये तो जातक कहानी है, इसको क्यों विश्वास करते हैं, सब बकवास है, सब विश्वास करते हैं. The discussion started from Dinesh Goyal.
And then
He mentioned in this context of ISIS में उसने कहा था कि ISIS इतना कुछ कर रही है कि हाँ हम लोग, do you think we should all, everybody should keep quiet? That started the whole discussion and then he got very upset, seemed care, and then he told me जातक स्टोरी से विश्वास थोड़ा करते हैं, वैसे बना दी गई है, इसमें कोई ट्रुथ नहीं है, ये नहीं है. You can say. So then he gave a full account of these things. ऐसा है. And then I told him कि अच्छा तुम ये दो आर्टिकल, एक आर्टिकल पढ़ लो. Because he is a meditator, हमारे meditation teacher है Paul Freshman, very famous. तो उन्होंने आर्टिकल लिखा था on 9/11. Buddha was not a pacifist. To suggest that if you have to extreme situation of life, you should protect and take action. You can't say कि he was not saying कि मुझे एक गाल पे चांटा मारा तो दूसरे पे मार लो. He never said that. That's not his way of working. He understood the limitations. मैंने लिखा भी था जो आप कह रहे हैं. He quoted a sutta where Buddha says कि अगर कोई आए और आपको ये काट दे हाथ, you should generate metta and not, if somebody cuts you through a saw, double-edged saw, then you should generate metta and not create aversion. I pointed out to him, it is to monks, not to householders. You should understand that. If you read the regulations for monks and start applying to householders, then you get catastrophe. It is a regulation for monks. For householders, they said you should protect your father, you should protect your family, you should protect your children, you should protect your wife. That is this injunction. मंगल सूत्र ये कहता है. ये नहीं कहता कि आप उनको छोड़ दो, कोई आए आपके बेटे को खुद टुकड़े कर रहा है और आप देखे जाओगे, देश नहीं जाओगे. Never. This is the regulation for householders. You can't create anarchy in the society. He's a wise person. He's not a stupid fool. He can't understand that. So, when you look at these questions, they look very important, and they are indeed for a householder. They're very important. So we should have clarity on it. If we don't have clarity, we remain, in a state of make-believe world. So जो साधक ये समझते हैं ना कि हम वो एक extremist view देखते हैं, we don't realize what is the meaning of middle path. As a householder, we have certain limitations. We have certain duties. So those duties may impinge upon other things in a different manner. So we have to see how do we strike a balance. It doesn't mean that if I kill somebody I will escape the consequences of it. It doesn't mean that. But at a particular occasion that may be advised, that will be necessary. So you never find in anywhere in the whole Tipitaka, there are hundreds of discourses where kings come and ask him questions. Never does he tell them, stop violence, don't kill the people, don't expand your territory. Even that he doesn't tell. He could have as well told Ajat Shatru's Brahman, अरे तुम्हें क्या करना है कि मगध एम्पायर इतनी बड़ी है क्यों उनको मार रहे हो यार? Like, do you think Ajatashatru would have got upset? He was such a devote of him. He said, ठीक है नहीं मारो. He already Magad was a huge empire. What would he gain by another crushing the republicans, this republic of the Christians? But he never said that. So now he may question, of course. He said, why can't I question? I should question. Other person says, no, this question is irreverent or something. If you say that way, he never bothered about such things. That's not true. And especially the next discourse है वो तो इतना ज़्यादा blatant है, it gives a feeling that as if he was telling them the secret to win. Isn't it? So I don't dispose of my common sense while reading the discourse because of the devotion to Buddha. You can't do that. So you have to figure out why he is doing so. Because I have read a huge number of sutras where kings are addressed. He has never once even told them, don't hurt the criminals, in fact there is an opposite discourse. Your king's का discourse, a story is there. कि राजा ने सोचा कि चलो सबको अपनी वेल्थ बांट दो, तो काफी वेल्थ कर ली, उन्होंने काम करना शुरू बंद कर दिया. There was a anarchy in the society and then लूट खसोट होने लगी. फिर उसने कहा था ये लूट चोरी डकैती जो हो रही है, क्योंकि उसने बांटना शुरू किया ना सबको वेल्थ, तो जो पावरफुल लोग थे उन्होंने चोरी करनी शुरू कर दी. फिर उसने कहा ये चोरी कर रही है तो इनको पकड़ो और इनको फांसी लगा दो. एंड देन ही सेड कि फांसी लगाई तो देखा कि वो दूसरी तरह की प्रॉब्लम शुरू हो गई. सो द होल बिग डिस्कोर्स वेयर ही पॉइंट्स आउट हाउ टू स्ट्राइक अ बैलेंस फॉर अ किंग. जहां बहुत पॉवर्टी है उसमें सजेशन दिया हुआ है, क्राइम जब बढ़ने लगा ज्यादा, तो यू हैंडल दोज हु आर वेरी पॉवर्टी जहां है उसके लिए हेल्प करो एंड सी दैट दे राइज अबव पॉवर्टी, देन योर crime will reduce and then people will live properly. So there is a proper discourse of that kind. But it does not mean you don't protect the people. It doesn't mean that you don't punish the criminals. Punishing the criminals is also violence. So it's quite a dicey thing, you know. But when somebody is very seriously trying to study and having devotion to Buddha, I like to study it. Now you can't आँख बंद करके थोड़ा पढ़ेगा. And out of prejudice, my feeling of reverence, I cannot refuse to question what is written there, what seems evident to me.
But it almost seems that, sorry to interrupt, it almost seems that when you approach it, you are, because of the element of faith, you then try and investigate कि ये इन्होंने क्यों कहा, and then one is able to find the reason for it.
Yes, I have. I remember this whole issue of vegetarianism. तो कई सालों तक हमको trouble करता है. Many of my fellow teachers also very much troubled by it, and the Guruji's answer was never satisfactory. He always used to say कि आप अगर आपके खाने के लिए अगर किसी को नहीं मारा जा रहा, so that's a part of the Buddha's teaching also. But unless you see it in the whole totality, you cannot figure out. एक तरफ तो हम कह रहे हैं त्रिविधशील पालन करना चाहिए, है कि त्रिविधशील की बात आती है. I will not kill, I will not encourage anybody to kill, and I will not approve of anybody who is killing. Similarly for every other शीला. एक बार ये आप कह रहे हैं, दूसरी तरफ कह रहे हैं कि कोई बात नहीं, मीट खा लो, तुम्हारे लिए नहीं मारा गया. It's contradictory. So unless you take the total story, you cannot understand it. It doesn't make sense. So only when I read all these suttas and tried to figure out कि हो क्या रहा है and put them in together, then I could understand, yeah, this is the reason. And you could see that he never gave extreme advice on this level, either on violence or on non-violence. He told clearly the consequences of violence, told clearly the consequences of compassion, and pointed out the limitations of a householder's life, and therefore one has to be aware of them and not get into trouble with the wishy-washy kind of thinking.
इसी तरह से महिलाओं का जो मामला है,
हाँ, उसको भी बहुत डिस्कशन, बहुत ज्यादा डिस्कशन हुआ है। और इसमें ट्राइसाइकिल में भी आर्टिकल आए कई सारे, written by modern feminist women and disciples who continue to harbor a feeling of, resentment. We really feel sorry that such an enlightened person could not see the reason. But then I found one article written by a very senior Buddhist lady, nun क्या कहना चाहिए, female monk. She is trying to point out कि हम उसको Western paradigm से देख रहे हैं. You see the best paradigm of what existed in the society at that time. The social structure कैसा था उस समय का? What was the role of women in that structure? And what is the kind of incidents which happened in the beginning? How the women were molested, and because of that, because if they followed the Sangha rules, living in forest and going, so many women were molested, because of their vulnerability. We are living in a society where people are not, all are not monks. So then you begin to realize he was hesitating because it can have consequences of that kind. They are vulnerable, they will not be able to follow the rules. So then new rules were made for them, you see. उसमें भी ऑब्जेक्शन हुआ कि आपने ये कह दिया कि हर फीमेल नन के साथ एक मेल नन monk होना चाहिए. Obviously it's for protection. It's not because he is saying that you are inferior. So you have to see that.
We try to freeze the thinking in time. We believe your teachings, as I was saying that when Buddha used to say, you do the middle path. Middle path would be two extremes based on the current circumstance. The absoluteness nahi hai na. So if we take whatever he has said in that time, during that context, and freeze it and try to just evaluate it in the current context, we may get completely different.
This is true of social moods, not of teaching basically. As far as the social movings are concerned, your advice to the householders and the other organizational issues, they have to be seen in the context of the society. So वो देखने में दिक्कत हो जाती है. So if you are not in a position, then you get into, if you have a lurking suspicion कि यार ये तो भगवान बुद्ध ने गलत किया, ये तो ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए.
या फिर ये उन्होंने कहा ही नहीं, ये तो किसी और ने ऐड कर दिया,
तो वो तो फिर गड़बड़ हो जाएगी. मतलब डिस्कोर्स नंबर 7, 8, 9 है. 7 उन्होंने कहा, 9 उन्होंने कहा, 8 नहीं कहा. मैं क्या कह सकता हूँ? ठीक है, वही नहीं होगा, नहीं कहा हो, क्या नहीं सकता. So it's your convenience होगी ना आपकी. जो आपको पसंद नहीं आता उसको क्या वो नहीं कहा.
Rajesh, see that bothers me what you said in the following sense that एक तो हम कह रहे हैं कि भैया इतना वाइज बंदा, he's figured it all out. So isn't the corollary that therefore the
social
teaching will be of the nature that
universally applicable? Yeah,
that is true.
Teaching is true. These are regulations.
There is a difference.
We are talking of regulations. We are talking of societal requirements, sustaining the society of householders.
Right. So on the issue of Mahila, for instance, जो भी चीजें थी. No. So then, are you saying that therefore in the modern day we should interpret it differently? Therefore now nuns etc. हो सकता है होना चाहिए. तो बहुत विवाद है. अजन ब्रह्म का क्या है वो विवाद जो टूट गया. So how would you thus have now?
Yeah, certainly.
If you were,
in fact, Ajahn Brahma became an extremist. For your information, Ajahn Sumedho made the first nuns. He didn't ordain them fully. So what यार क्या फर्क पड़ता है? He was more wise, na? The first foreigners taken into Sangha were by Ajahn Sumedho long back. He gave them, उनको उसका नाम दे दिया 10 शील वाले शीलधारा, ऐसा कुछ नाम रख दिया. व्हाइट क्लोथ में रख दिया. क्या फर्क पड़ता है? व्हाइट क्लोथ पहनोगे, ब्राउन पहनो. Why should I violate अपने बेचारे बूढ़े वहाँ थाईलैंड में, उनको क्यों मैं बुरा बनाता हूँ? उनकी अपनी समझ है।
And maybe by next generation they will also realize.
एंड इनफैक्ट अजान ब्रह्म को जब बुलाया गया, उससे कहा गया तो उन्हें पूछ तो लेता भाई, तो उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे मालूम था आप नहीं मानोगे। ये तो बड़ी ग्रेट बात हो गई। हो सकता है वो ना मानते, आई डोंट डिनाई इट।
No, so now wait. So you're saying that Sumedha actually found a
Way out, yeah. He found a way out to achieve the objective without breaking the tradition of Thailand with which he was associated. He said, उन्होंने कहा था भाई fully ordained नहीं होनी चाहिए।
विनय में ऐसा है
नहीं, वो उनका वहां का थाईलैंड का ट्रेडिशन रहा है ना, विनय में तो नहीं है। विनय में कहा थेरवाद ट्रेडिशन में कहा वहां पे सोशल अपील था तो बंद हो गया, सोशल अपील एंड देन इट वाज स्टॉप। महाप्रजापति गौतमी फुल्ली ऑर्डेन नहीं थी, यशोधरा फुल्ली ऑर्डेन नहीं थी, दे आर फुल्ली ऑर्डेन नन्स, दे आर अरहंस। किस्सा गौतमी ये जो कहानियां आती हैं, देयर ऑल देयर इज अ फुल फ्लेज थ्योरी गाथा है यार, देयर इज अ फुल फ्लेज बुक ऑफ exclamations of the Arhant nuns, full fledged book, the first recorded book of women in the spiritual path. So you have to see that in the totality ना, अगर आप limited sense में देखेंगे, so it is a social problem, it's not a dhamma problem. Whether female should be taken or not is a social problem of the mood, society का mood है अपना, society की problem है, वुमेन का एक रोल है उस समय दिया जाता है, और उसको सारे सोसाइटी को अपसेट कर दोगे अपने रेगुलेशन से, तो यू फाउंड आउट अ वे आउट। अच्छा, आप 10 शील लेके यू कैन बी द शीलधारा और अनागारिका और व्हाटएवर नेम दे है, बट यू कैन फॉलो द प्रैक्टिस। सो फॉलो करने में इंपॉर्टेंट है ना, ये कपड़े इंपॉर्टेंट है। सो दैट नीड्स विजडम, दैट नीड्स ह्यूमिलिटी to be able to feel ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं, I follow these elders and in due course they will appreciate it in due course. And there was already a discussion going on in Thailand on ordaining. This issue was going on for years, but the patriarchs were not agreeing and some of them, so वहाँ discussion तो चल ही रहा था, बीच में आपने एक वो म्यूटेशन कर दी तो उससे शायद और हार्ड लाइनिंग हो जाएगी। So that's it, issues of societal norms.
Societal norms are evolving. The more we try to freeze them in time, the more trouble we create for ourselves. And what Buddha said about societal norms was what, a wise man like Buddha could figure out in that context. What is the middle path that I give them? Because I think, as I was saying, in societal norms, unlike teachings, you cannot create an absolute truth and give it to them. It will appeal to, it will have
both sides. Create a social upheaval in the society.
Yeah, true. What troubles me is this business of कि आपसे छोटा होगा तो भी आप कर लोगे, almost like a ऊंच नीच वाला मामला। ऐसा है ना दरअसल, वो विनय में कहीं है ना कि you will pay respect even if the male monk is younger to you or not, whatever. And Rajesh, it almost seems to then not stop at modes, but intrudes into the territory of beliefs, of practices. So it almost seems that if you're really that wise, then you would see through the impact of this in times to come.
Actually, on the other hand, what you would do is that you would make sure the teachings are so absolute that whoever follows the teachings in spirit will see that the societal norms will continue to change with time. This is also Buddha's teaching. That,
you see, when the Buddha passed away, just listen this, be surprised. So, about to pass away, Ananda asked him, कि भाई हमारा क्या होगा, मैं क्या करूँगा, तुम्हारी टीचिंग है ना, दैट इज अपने कोई अपना हेयर अपॉइंट कर दो, टीचिंग इज फॉलो दैट। तो उन्होंने कहा कि सारी टीचिंग बिल्कुल हमेशा ऐसी फॉलो करनी है क्या? See the greatness of the person, of the Ananda itself. Said, नहीं minor regulations को change कर देना कोई बात नहीं. Just see. He is saying minor regulations is according to the time and place you change them. But teaching में क्या करोगे? 4 noble truths को क्या 5 कर दोगे? या 3 कर दोगे क्या? What will you do? सती पठान को क्या करोगे बताओ? ध्यान करना. So I mean that is in his own words. In his own words it is written. All minor regulations you change them if need be. No problem.
So when I look at it in the context of day-to-day life, for example, you have so many questions about all these societal norms and the questions like conservatism, vegetarianism in day-to-day life. I look at it from two aspects. One is the teachings will always encourage you to go inwards. Find solutions of inwards, whether you are feeling what you are feeling.
नाराज हो रहे क्या डिस्कस कर रहे हैं?
And so, from the teachings point of view, they tend to find inward solutions.
There is a question from Silesh. Offering wine to guests who come home is a social norm here, but a senior teacher said a big no and asked to stop the practice.
Yeah, because it is basic Shila. Na? You can't flout Shilas. It may be, but if it is breaking a Shila, then you can't flout it. It may be a social norm that you do sexual misconduct, but that will go against the practice of the person. It will go उसकी साधना को बाधा करना.
So, but why would non-vegetarian will not?
Hmm?
Why would non-vegetarian will not? साधना में बाधा क्यों नहीं करेगा? Because so non-vegetarian, so
wine is intoxicant.
no, but there are questions also saying that eating meat, has similar effect on your body and it will decrease your awareness and mindfulness. So
Are you doing?
No, eating meat versus eating vegetarianism has a different effect on your body, and there are arguments that eating meat actually reduces your mindfulness. Similarly to the arguments that taking intoxicants reduces your
That's not the argument. You can verify it yourself and ask. It's not true. Eating meat does not decrease awareness. It only adds to the because the animal may have strong will have strong cravings and aversions. So the flesh which you are eating would have that kind of a. So you are in fact defiling yourself more. It's like breathing polluted air. It will harm you. It's like breathing polluted air. It doesn't have effect on awareness like alcohol. You can't compare it. वो तो scientifically valid है, कोई बात नहीं. And this issue of social norms is a very very touchy issue, very very touchy. I mean I always used to wonder वहाँ पे कि आम्रपाली जैसी के साथ कितना अन्याय हुआ. The only reason she was made a Nagar Vadhu was because she was very beautiful. Now imagine, isn't it a terrible thing to do? She is very beautiful and 2-3 princes want to marry her and they say कोई आपस में तुम मार दोगे या झगड़े हो जाएंगे तो चलो you share. But that is a social norm at that time. But I didn't tell them ऐसा मत करो, बंद कर दो.
क्यों ये तो दरअसल शील के उससे हो गया है.
समझ नहीं रहे. We told them about शीला, ये शील फॉलो करो. अब तुम करो या ना करो तुम्हारी मर्जी. Nobody came and questioned to him कि ये ठीक है कि नहीं है. He always said pointing out slaves is not good, having people in that sexual misconduct is not good. But he didn't say you better do it. He didn't say that. He was not a social reformer there. We should see that. Actually we get lost in that process. He was not a social reformer. Social reform followed from his teaching.
Why would we not? So it's like encouraging and discouraging. When Dinesh asked this question about offering wine, offering wine, I think I can understand because it creates.
It creates a dullness, right?
But for example, the sexual misconduct is a social order. It's not an awareness issue. It's a social order, and having somebody become another person is okay for the social order because that helps the society. But encouraging that is against the Sheela also.
Yeah. So he's never encouraged that. He never said that it is good. Never said it. In fact, he said holding women captive and holding slaves is bad, which is directly saying that it is bad. When people question to him, what are the good moves, he pointed it out. I have read somewhere, it's written there. In the Samma Ajivo or somewhere, there is a mention of this. Slaves should not be kept, animals should not be reared. Samma Ajivo mein hai. Keeping slaves, rearing animals for slaughter, selling meat, they are not a part of right livelihood. So a devout person who understands his householder would try to avoid and slowly practice. You see, let me just say last line. The Shilas are also not said to be commandments. They are said to be Anatipata Verimini Sikhapadam Samadhiyami. I take this rule of training that I will follow it and try to cultivate it.
So if there is a choice between social order, for example, if those three princes who were fighting for the same lady will come to Buddha and say, what would we do? Either we kill ourselves or we will share this lady. That is a question between choosing to recommend a Shila or choosing to recommend a social order.
That's unfortunately it didn't happen for them. Unfortunately it didn't happen. It had happened much before he became a Buddha. This decision had been taken by people already.
I find Silesh's question very relevant because he has to choose at his instance. He has to choose between a Shila or choosing between a social order. That there is a social order out there, you would become outcast if you don't offer wine to your guests. If there is if for example, it disturbs the social order.
How? It can't disturb social order, right? There's no way. It will reduce your popularity in the people. It doesn't disturb social order. While on the other hand,
make you look like fool, right?
On the other hand, princes fighting and destroying, they'll kill thousands and thousands of people for that purpose. In the past it has happened, na? Even as late as Mughal Empire happened, isn't it? मार दिया औरतों को और नहीं तो उसने कहा भैया तुम इससे शादी कर लो यार ये मेरा शांति हो जाएगी. Because the implications are phenomenal. It's not just one person. Innocent, thousands and thousands will die. So that is the real issue of social order. If women are becoming monks without proper protection, it will upset the whole social order. Because there will be, जो rapist हैं उसको तो मौका मिल गया है जंगलों में है यार. Have a nice time every day. The whole society will break down. And if a majority of the women take to nuns, what will happen to the householders? So you have to see that way. That is the problem of social order. Drinking is not a problem. क्या हुआ drinking? Fermented meat या unfermented juice पी लो यार क्या हुआ? It does not create a problem. It may make you less popular. So what? Let us see if he has any.
I've been defending Dilesh.
No, good. That's the way it should be. Otherwise, how will we get into this? I felt so happy at this, that gentleman asking me questions and having such a big.
But I didn't feel good there.
No.
Because बहुत aggression दिखा मुझे.
No, that's not matter. It doesn't matter. That is our. I mean, it hurts when you see those words, but it's all right. You see them properly and see why this person is writing, because his devotion is getting challenged, is getting criticized because he has a devotion of a particular kind. You know? कुछ लिखा है?
नहीं, do you have any comments?
तो नाराज तो नहीं हो गए?
अच्छा दरअसल एक चीज और बताओ, ये क्या है मुझे बार बार महसूस होता है
So Shailesh written good point. Has not been a big deal stopping it, but was curious.
कि वो ये कहते हैं, बुद्ध भी कहते हैं, मैंने सुमेधों का भी ये सुना है, आई ऑफर दिस फॉर योर व्हाटएवर। आपने इतना जो पिछले 45 मिनट बताया, आप बार बार इस पे जा रहे हो कि वो रख दिया है सामने वर्सेस भाई ऐसे कर ले यार। तो ये just say something.
This is to respect other person's autonomy. The person make the person responsible for his decision. I should be responsible what I decide, not you, because you told me that. Really? Don't you think so?
Actually,
that will make you responsible.
It changes a huge paradigm shift. It completely changes.
There's no Gurudom hai nahi, na? There's no issue of Guru. He never said I am a Guru. I am a teacher. आपके स्कूल में जैसे टीचर होता है, आई एम ए टीचर। इट सेड टीच मी एज ए कल्याण मित्र, दैट्स इट। ही नेवर सेड दैट कि मैं ऊपर से आ गया हूँ और जो मैं कह रहा हूँ सब ठीक है, यही फॉलो करो। नो,
एक्चुअली इट्स वेरी इजी फॉर अस टू फॉलो इनटू दैट, बिकॉज़ आई हैव फाउंड दैट जनरली द मोस्ट ट्रैप, दैट इज द बिगेस्ट ट्रैप।
हमारा ट्रेडिशन यही रहा है ना कि यार कोई कुछ बता दो हमको क्या करना है, कर लेते हैं।
हम अपनी ओनरशिप नहीं लेना चाहते, एंड देन वी काइंड ऑफ ग्रैब इट, क्योंकि मेरी रेवरेंस है उसके प्रति और उसने ऐसा कहा है, देन आई हैव टू स्टॉप टेकिंग ओनरशिप ऑफ दैट एंड गिव दिस ओनरशिप टू हिम, कि मैं इसलिए कर रहा हूँ क्योंकि उसने कहा है और मेरी रेवरेंस है। सो वो ओनरशिप कंप्लीट ट्रांसफर हो जाती है, वी डोंट टेक ओनरशिप ऑफ दैट।
वर्सेस
ये कमांडमेंट्स में यही होता है। फॉर एग्जाम्पल आज की डेट में I don't think anybody has discussed the vegetarianism in the manner that we discussed it today. हमने आधा पौना घंटा लगाया, आधा पौना घंटा भी कोई नहीं लगाता, because we completely cut this discussion off and say नहीं खाना तो नहीं खाना, क्यों? क्योंकि हमारे tradition ने कहा है, and that's it. So we give the ownership to the tradition rather than we taking the responsibility कि हाँ मुझे नहीं खाना।
See, only an enlightened being can take such decisions which can be highly controversial. Otherwise, it's such a simple thing, महावीर जी ने कहा ना कि नहीं खाना, अहिंसा परम धर्म, कुछ नहीं खाना, खत्म हुई बात। You don't get into all the arguments. महावीर जी ने कहा है, खत्म हुई बात, matter ends, fine. And it seems very good, it seems very kind, it seems very noble, so why not do it? It needs a person of a much greater understanding to see where exactly the intention lies and how do we really sort it out, and how do we really see that the societal norm is slowly changed by people out of their own understanding, not because I am saying so. Okay? People should do a change because of their understanding, not because of Buddha saying so, ऐसा ऐसा करो, चलो ऐसा कर दो। So वो बड़ा, it gives you a, shakes you up, ये तो मेरी responsibility होगी। फंस गया मैं,
अब तो मुझे
डिसाइड करना पड़ेगा। अरे आप बताओ ना, क्या मैं आया किस लिए था, बता दो क्या करूं, पहले कुछ सोच लो।
So that's not, by corollary, most of the other guys then
they're commandments. That is the problem.
You used to grasp also, and very soon all of these things turn into commandments because of this reason.
And that's how fundamentalism arises.
Right. Then you don't take responsibility, you just do it because somebody else has said it.
आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग का इस्तेमाल नहीं होता। फिर आपको कह दिया गया कि अगर आप काफिरों को मारोगे तो पूर मिलेगी, अब आप उसमें अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग कुछ नहीं लगाएंगे। कहा है ना, शरीयत में लिखा है, कर लो क्या करोगे। अब उन्होंने किस समय किस परिस्थिति में लिखा, दैट रिलीजन वाज बोर्न इन ट्राइब्स ऑफ अरेबिया where the people had the crudest ways of living. He couldn't tell them to be non-violent. People who are crudest ways of living, who kill each other on a slightest pretext, उनको आप कह दो ये सब छोड़ दो और कोई तुम्हें कोई चांटा मारे तो दूसरा गाल कर दो, कुछ रहेगा क्या? So you have to see that. Now the society which existed in those tribes of Arabia is not the society which exists today, right?
तो वहाँ यहाँ पे भी ये मोर वाला मामला गड़बड़ होगा।
बिल्कुल, because we are not seeing this, we are not seeing the the specificity of social modes. We are applying the rules of tribes of Arabia to modern 21st century.
And you could you then almost say that it's the teacher at fault?
I don't want to find out teacher at fault really. Maybe in some sense, yes. In some sense, तो हो भी सकता है because he could see through the consequences of it in long term. You see, when this issue of women care, मैं अभी पढ़ रहा था इसमें later इस issue में tricycle में, वो like article written by a devout Buddhist कि एक बात मुझे बहुत बुरी लगती है कि उनको भगवान तो इतने बड़े थे, ऐसे थे, वैसे थे, और उन्होंने औरतों के साथ इतना अन्याय कैसे कर दिया?
If you read it, that's the impact on me also. See, I was saying this, when you read, when I read Vinay, when I read those lines, you pause, क्या हो रहा है?
So the Sunday has gone on social norms. Sunday has gone on social norms.
So how was it? You were out yesterday, right? You went somewhere?
हाँ, जयपुर गया था। मुझे बुलाया था उन्होंने टॉक्स देने के लिए। अच्छा रहा, बहुत अच्छा रहा। I think it will have some implications.
कहाँ हो?
वहाँ पे भारतीय विद्या भवन स्कूल है जयपुर में, काफी पुराना। तो उसके चेयरमैन जो है सुराना जी हैं। तो उन्होंने ये फोन किया था कि हम चाहते हैं कि यहाँ पे स्टेबल हो जाए, क्योंकि बाकी जगह भी हुआ ना, ध्यान बहुत हुआ पर वो स्टेबल नहीं हो पाया। बम्बई में आउट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑर्डर वो सबको कराया गया, वो एवरीथिंग इज फॉलन अपार्ट, नथिंग इज हैपनिंग।
तुम्हारा पूरे महाराष्ट्र में?
बॉम्बे में तो समय हुआ, बीएमसी में करीब 50,000 उससे भी ज्यादा बच्चों को, बट इट वाज नॉट डन विद टीचर्स didn't own it, let me use that word.
Okay.
And so it felt like ऐसे करा दो जो कराना है सरकार का सर्कुलर आया करा दो। तो इस साइड की मैं चेयरमैन हूँ, मैं कहूँगा तो कर ही देंगे, बट मैंने कहा बिल्कुल ठीक है, अगर आप टीचर्स को नहीं मोटिवेट करेंगे, उनको ओनरशिप नहीं देंगे, हमारी हर जगह यही प्रॉब्लम रही है, वी टेक ओनरशिप ऑफ इन ए इंस्टीट्यूशन, इट कैन नॉट हैपन।
So you did something for the teachers, Dasa?
First I did for the students. तो मैंने उसमें कहा आप सिर्फ सीनियर स्टूडेंट्स को रखिए, आई डोंट वांट टू एड्रेस 3000 ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स। तो उनके 9th 10th 11th 12th के बच्चों का उनसे एक सेशन हुआ, बाकायदा आई हैड काइंड ऑफ ए डिस्कशन सेशन विद देम एंड दे कुड, एंड देन वी हैड स्मॉल 10-minute आना-पाना सेशन, देन वी हैड अ फिल्म वो जो यहाँ पे एक स्कूल में दिल्ली में हुआ है जो 3-4-5-6 साल से चल रहा है, उसकी फीडबैक था, सो दे कुड फील कि हाँ फायदा होगा। Then we had a session with teachers and parents yesterday. वो परसों था, कल वो था teachers and parents. There again, I discussed what is education rather than discussing what is meditation, and pointed out to them कि education का मतलब ये था और हम कर क्या रहे हैं. So then they could put it together. And after that discussion, सुराना जी ने कहा था कि आगे क्या करना, मैंने कहा आप इनमें से कुछ को आइडेंटिफाई कर लीजिए, उनको मैं आई हैव प्लान फॉर दोज वर्कशॉप, तो मैं आईआईटी में करता रहा हूँ 1 दिन की, उसको 5 दिन के अंदर मैंने किया था एक बार, एंड इट वाज अ वेरी पावरफुल इफेक्ट बिकॉज इट कुड टेल देम होल ऑफ द थिंग्स।
क्या डॉक्टर साहब 5 दिन में आप
5 दिन में इट कुड इंट्रोड्यूस देम टू कंप्लीट सतिपट्ठाना, बिकॉज वी डू इट इन अ वे ऑफ फॉलोइंग द डूइंग इट इन द डे टू डे लाइफ। वो जो पब है ना, संपजाना पब्बम, गच्छन्तो वा गच्छामि इति पद, आई मीन वॉकिंग, ईटिंग, टॉकिंग, स्टडीइंग।
Full 5 days, one?
हाँ,
5 full days.
5 full days, morning till evening, no residence, no need of residence, because we don't make it like that. We want to make it so that they can integrate into their day-to-day life. And I found there in Calcutta जब मैं किया था, the teachers within that time, उसमें वो खाने को 6 घंटे आ रहे थे दिन में, they at the end they felt so good that as you will feel in a usual course, and I was quite confident कि उससे करते हो। then उन्होंने said कि ठीक है, we'll try to do it। तो फिर मैंने कुछ टीचर्स में सेलेक्ट कर लिए, फिर उनसे बाद में बात की एंड आस्क्ड देम, भैया तुम समझ रहे हो, आर यू विलिंग? ये सुराना जी कह रहे हैं, तो सुराना जी को मैंने कहा अब आप आना नहीं, तो आया ही नहीं। उन्होंने प्रिंसिपल साहब कह रहे हैं इसलिए नहीं आना, अब वो चेयरमैन जब कुछ कहेगा तो फिर तो दूसरी दिक्कत हो जाती है ना। तो वो आए नहीं, मैंने कहा आप बैठे रहना, फिर बाद में मैं आ जाऊंगा बताने आपको। सो आई टोल्ड देम, बता दो आप लोग आए हुए हैं कि नहीं। उनके एक और स्कूल भी है वहाँ पे किसी बात के, सो दे ऑल about 30 people were there. They said, yes, we want to do it.